Hello and welcome. My name is Giovanna Minenna, and I am here to lead you through a workshop on connection to self. What is connection to self? What does taking time for yourself mean? How do we reflect inwards and create more deeper connections with our sense of self? How do we connect deeper with ourselves so that we can connect deeper with other people? And how does that reflect into our lives and what is showing up for us every single day? So I'm so excited to get into all of this with you today. Thank you for being here. I'm doing this because the Canadian Mental Health Association is so important to me. It is important because I have struggled with mental health in my past, and I think the Canadian Mental Health Association provides advocacy, resources, and the ability for Canadians to live and flourish into their best lives. So having that support system there is so important. So I'm so excited to be part of this and so excited to be here with all of you today. So thank you for holding space for me today. And I'm excited to just connect inwards, connect with all of you. That's very important to me. So one thing that I have found in my life, just through my own life journey, through talking to other people, I've found that social media, technology, all of these wonderful things that allow us to do so many phenomenal things. There's so many great things about it, but then there's also this piece that's missing that allows people to hide behind their phones, whether that be to numb themselves out, to scroll on social media, to find a way to disconnect. So it's important to have tools behind you to be able to reconnect with your sense of self, with your intuition, with those around you, and how connection and deeper, meaningful conversations can really help to fulfill a piece of you that sometimes people are missing. So sometimes when we get into our own heads, or we get ahead of ourselves, anxiety, depression, some of these things really stem from connecting with our inner selves and to the people around us. So today I really want to share with you all of the things that I've learned on my journey. Now, all of these things are unique to me, and that doesn't mean that's the only way to do it. It means that I really want to share what's worked for me, but you have to find what works for you, and that's so important, to connect with yourself and understand the things that you need in order to best support yourself. So one thing I want to talk about to start off with is, how do you take time for yourself? What does taking time for yourself look like? So this could mean exercising, going for a walk, meditating, journaling, making artwork, planting. I love plants, as you can see. So I want you to take a moment, and if you have a piece of paper in front of you, or you want to take a mental note, I want you to first think about, what is that one thing that when you're doing it, you feel like everything else just floats away? Everything else just doesn't matter. It's just that you being in the moment really matters. So an example for myself is, I love to plant. I love to put my hands in the soil. I love to connect with nature. It's just peaceful and quiet, and I'm able to really examine all the beauty that's within plant leaf, in flowers, in vegetables, in trees, all the insects that go along with it. And then I start to form this picture of, what life is. All the bacteria that needs to grow, how we come from the earth, how we go back to the earth. These are all really cool things that, while I'm doing it, really helps me to connect back to who I am, and really helps me to understand that sometimes the things that I'm worrying about, or things that, are occupying my mind, maybe aren't that important, or don't hold as much stress or worry as I put on them. So I want you to think about, what is an action that you do that helps you get back to feeling relaxed, or you just feel like you can let go during this process. So write that down for me. Take a moment to think about it. Close your eyes if you want to. Envision what it is that you do that really makes you smile or that puts you in that state of bliss. Beautiful. When you have it, I want you to come back to it. I want you to think about it when things feel overwhelming and you need to take action for yourself. I want you to go and do that. Do that thing that makes you happy. Go for a hike, sit by the water, watch the stars, watch the moon cycles, watch a sports game, whatever it is that really connects with you, that's really, really important to get back to. So during that time, that's an action that we can take to help us connect back. But when you are in those actions, or when you really want to connect back with yourself and take some time for self-care, how do you really do that? How do you listen to yourself during that time and really help to ground and get centered while you feel like maybe the world is kind of revolving and you're not in control, or the things in your life feel too much? How can you just bring it back and realize that you do have the power to make change in your life? You do have the power to change your reality and change the future of what is coming into your life. So one thing that really has worked for me and has been a pillar in my journey has been meditation. And the reason for that is because I rarely used to breathe, and I used to get overwhelmed of every little thing that would come into my life, and everything would feel like too much. So when I feel like the world's coming down on me and I don't have any control, meditation and breath really help me connect back to my body. And breath is so important. It helps calm us, it helps connect, it helps to breathe air and life into our bodies, and that is something that people forget to do, especially if you're sitting at a desk or your mind is just racing or you're doing a million things at once. It's really important to stop and just to breathe. And just 5 deep breaths honestly could change your entire day. So today, I want to teach you and lead you through a meditation on how to breathe. And feel free to come back to this exercise if it really works for you when you need it, when you feel overwhelmed, or even build it into your practice every day. That could be something so great to start really making a habit. So I want to take you through a little breath exercise here. So I want you, for me, to just close your eyes and just get comfortable feeling your body. Like, what does your neck feel like? What does your head feel like sitting on your neck? Does it feel heavy? How's your jaw feel? Are you clenching your jaw? Maybe just move it side to side. Release it a little bit. Notice your shoulders. What do your shoulders feel like? Do they feel tense and up high? Take a deep breath and just lower them. Push them back a little bit. And then your arms. What do your arms feel like? Do they feel tense? Maybe shake them out. Get that energy flowing. Okay. Notice your stomach and your torso and your lungs. Start breathing some deep breaths into those areas. And when I envision deep breathing, I envision the air coming in and then visiting those areas, like in my stomach, in my toes, in my lungs, and it just breathing and expanding all of those areas. And sigh out. Sighing out really helps to get rid of the emotion that's attached to any of those things that we're holding on to. So nice big breaths in and out. Okay. And once you've brought a little bit of awareness into your body, I want you to take one deep breath in, and on the inhale, when you have all the air in your system, I want you to hold your breath for just 2 to 3 seconds and then let it go. So it's gonna look like this. Okay, so we're gonna do that 3 times. Inhale and hold. And exhale. Amazing, you're doing such a great job. So now on your next inhale, I want you to inhale, hold, and I want you to tense all the bones in your body. So your face, your abdomen, your legs, everything, I just want you to tense it. So ready? Inhale, hold, tense, 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 and then let it go. And then one more time, inhale, tense, 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 let it go. Wonderful. And then one more time for me, making a huge effort of inhaling, hold, tense, 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 and then let it go, all of it, let it all out. Now just take 3 deep breaths just on your own time. And notice, keep your eyes closed, but notice the different sensations in your body, how you're feeling. As you let go of some spaces that are in there. Good. So breathing and really making sure that you release some of that extra energy in your body is really going to help you connect back in, because you feel the tingling in your hands and your toes, and you kind of feel a little bit lighter in your chest area, and it really helps to just ground and let everything come at you, and you're just at a really neutral space, which is so nice. So the first step for me to just tune in is the breath. And then something I love to do in meditation, which can look very different for different people. Meditation could look like a long run for some people. It could look like sitting, crossing your legs, and just going off into a different space and having this blankness, just to allow that brain to take a break from any of the distractions of life that we have. So meditation can mean a couple different things. So you have to find the meditation that works best for you. But I really find there's so much power in visualization or daydreaming or thinking about the things that bring you joy and that bring you happiness. So I'm going to lead you through just a quick 5-minute meditation on how we can use our breath and visualization to ground and come back to ourselves, and maybe answer some questions as to things that are coming up within ourselves that are uneasy or that we feel stuck in. So all I want you to do again is get into a comfortable position. If you need to lay down or sit upright, whatever feels best for you, do that. So I just want you to again close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. And I want you to start by just visualizing your favorite place in the whole world. It could be your home. It could be the beach, the toes beneath your feet and your toes in the sand. It could be in a forest. I envision a forest with just a little brook running through it, the sun peeking through the trees, and the wind just gently blowing. And there's maybe rocks and natural vegetation, but everything is full of life. Maybe it's a mountaintop. Maybe you're just closing your eyes and you just want to be in like suspended in space. Wherever you want to be, just go there. So once you've found that space, I want you to envision that version of yourself that you hold on to, that you feel like you are on top of the world, like you could conquer anything, that you feel full of life and happy and joyful. Maybe that inner child within you that, you know, comes out every now and then and truly brings you so much joy to just embody that version of yourself. What does that look like? What does that person feel like? What characteristics does that person exude? I want you to think about that for a second. So holding that version of yourself in the forefront of your mind, I want you to now envision that version of yourself sitting in that favorite place that you love to go to. Just pop them in there. Where are they? What are they doing? Amazing. Now I want you to envision yourself as you are right now in that magical place that you have envisioned. And I want you to walk up very slowly to that vibrant, favorite version of yourself that comes to mind. And I want you to tap yourself on the shoulder, and that beautiful version of yourself is you, and it turns around and it's so happy to see you, and it's so happy to connect with you because it's a part of you and it's who you are. And it's just there, and the energy is supporting, and you love being in that space with that version of yourself because it just helps you just feel safe and vibrant and energetic and excited. And I want you to ask this version of yourself, what is it that I need to hear? What is it that I need to know? Take a second to just listen. Once you have your answer, just gently open your eyes. Come back. Yeah. What did you need to hear? What is it that you needed to know? What is it that you maybe need to do? That's that inner voice, that inner connection within you that sometimes we push away, that sometimes we don't want to listen to, or we say, yeah, I'll get to it later, or I know that, but like everything else is more important right now. So I want you to take what you just heard and I want you to put it into action, and I want you to take the steps that you need to step into that, because that is listening to yourself and connecting with yourself. Maybe it's, needing to have the courage to have a conversation with somebody. Maybe it's that you're okay and you're supported. Maybe it's just to trust yourself and to know that everything's going to be okay. Maybe it's that you need to live in the present moment and just enjoy what's here right now, because it's so magical and it's so exciting to be on this planet and to experience life with the people that we get to experience life with. So wherever you are, whatever you heard, please write it down and take that with you, hopefully this week, this weekend, and make sure that you listen to that inner voice, that inner part of yourself. The last thing I want to go over is your connection with other people. For me, in my life for so long, I really struggled with, seeing a different perspective or a different side of things when it comes to other people. I always believed my way was the only way, or my way was the best way, because that's what I knew, that's what I understood. But it wasn't until I started to really envision and put myself in another person's shoes and see things from a different perspective, or try to understand people from where they're standing, that really helped me open my eyes and how to form deeper connections with people. And for so long, hiding behind the phone or not wanting to face people when difficult conversations were coming up that I needed to have because I was afraid of hurting somebody's feelings, or afraid of being truthful, or afraid of not being liked, that really took a huge toll on who I was as a person and who I am today. And I'm not perfect, and this is not the end of my journey, and I'm working on it every single day. But one thing that has really helped me is, in a time where you feel like somebody's crossed boundaries or has hurt you, or you feel like you have nothing left to give, it's really important to protect yourself and your energy and your soul during those times. And have the right conversations and have the courage to be vulnerable in situations. So one way I love to practice vulnerability is if I am feeling hurt or, emotionally attached to something and it doesn't go my way, or offended by something because I took it out of context, I like to do 3 things. The first thing is I like to give it space. I like to just either sleep on it or walk away for a day just to really ponder my thoughts before reacting, because reaction doesn't really help anybody. But taking a step back and coming at it from a really cool, calm, collected place has really helped me. I like to meditate and do my breathing exercises to get grounded and find that neutral space. And the last thing I like to do is figure out how that person or situation can be best approached, right? If you truly know and understand and have taken everything into consideration, how can you best support the other person or the situation, or approach them so that you can come at it in a really respectful way and leave feeling better than how the situation was left. So these are all things that really weigh on us as human beings, because we're emotional beings, we feel things, we go through life, and things can happen that really change the way that we perceive the world, or maybe close us off or open us up at times. So I want you to think about a situation, give it some space, think about how you can best approach the person or situation that feels really good for you, and that you're saving the energy and you're not overexerting yourself, so that you really feel joy in every moment and you can be very present and help to create habits for yourself that feel really great. So I hope you've enjoyed this time with me. I know I've enjoyed this time with you. It's been such a blessing to spend my energy and share this space with you. So please come back to any of the breathing exercises to connect to your sense of self. Please come back to the meditation if you find it really helps you, or you're feeling stuck with anything, and really take some time to visualize or give a situation space if you ever feel overwhelmed when trying to connect with another person. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that you are taking time for you and, really fulfilling the parts of yourself that need that extra love. And I'm sending you all the love in the world, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you again.